to the channel. This is episode 87 of the podcast. Of course, we're going to talk about Summerslam. We're going to talk about other wrestling news and other stuff in general and more. Um, but myself and then my co-host Felix, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing really well, thank you. Just same old with working and yeah, private life just been same old stuff. Very excited for SummerSlam. Very excited for the upcoming season for Liverpool. Transfer news has been crazy lately, so been keeping an eye on that. Liverpool new kits for this upcoming season just dropped today, so just ordered mine today. Can't wait for that to arrive within like a week. I think they gave like a week notice in terms of when it will be delivered. So can't wait for that to arrive. And yeah, just overall, yeah, life's good. Life's good. Can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain as well overall. So we got some news before we talk about SummerSlam, before we talk about anything Liverpool towards the end. Um so as if anyone lived under a rock or anything, even if you did, you probably heard about it somewhere somehow, but there's been more news about his death. Hulk Hogan passing and everything. I haven't talked about it at all on my channel. Like I've done it on Twitter, like one tweet, and that's it. I've talked about it more in the group message we're in than anything. But your initial thoughts to the passing, and now there's more news that he had a cardiac arrest, and it looks like he has some type of leukemia in his system, supposedly. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's one thing I had just seen on this one of these articles on one of the sites.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a crazy. It's been a crazy month for random, like, well, not random, but like just deaths happening because like obviously, this one's more personal to me and also more personal towards Liverpool fans. But there was Diogo Jota that happened in the car accident. There was Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away about 3 weeks after his last like performance, live performance, and now Hulk Hogan. So yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks slash month of deaths happening with famous people. Yeah, with Hulk Hogan, like I can't say I was like sad when I heard that he died because I don't like Hulk Hogan as a person. I have respect for what he's done for the business in terms of what he did for the WWE, the WWF, wrestling in general, the business. Um, yeah, full respect when it comes to that, and I acknowledge the impact that he had on the wrestling scene, and no one can take that away from Hogan. But yeah, just as a person with the comments that he made and some of the views that he had. Can't really blame bunch of people for not having sympathy for Hulk Hogan's death. Yeah, I just yeah, I just say rest in peace, Hogan. Respect for what he's done, but yeah, yeah, it's not something that's affecting me
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like I saw the news and I'm like, oh, just another thing. And I know that sounds bad. I said, oh, just another thing that just happened today. And for me, I said it in a respectful way because I mean, look, we're both at the point like age wise, we didn't really watch Hogan. We're not, we're not we didn't watch it when he, slammed Andre or had this moment or this moment. Um, I get it for the people that's older than us that got to watch him. I understand their sympathy um with just the business aspect. Um but it's quite a shame to me because someone like this should be celebrated in a good way, but guess what? He's not because of the actions he's done in the past. And I don't know if he actually even truly apologized for that, which is wild to me because I don't think he ever said I'm sorry for it or anything like that. He just he just rubbed it off on the rug, and that's I just don't rock with that. But for the business aspect, yeah, I appreciate what he's done and everything, and the one man that should appreciate what he's done, which he's not in the company anymore, which we'll talk about later, is Vince. Vince should be the probably the one of the number one people that um definitely said thank you to Hulk, because he basically saved, well, and his with his dad too. He basically somewhat saved like the '80s part, and to at least carry it out to the '90s. So I salute Hulk Hogan for that. But as a person, I can't salute anything about that, because I don't rock with that and everything in general. I mean, I do feel bad that his health just declined like that, but he kind of did it to himself, in the aspect of he just kept on working hard and hard. And when you get to 70, you can't be doing that. Like, you got to slow down and
Yeah.
everything in general. You got to slow down. You're 70 years old. You're not in your prime over here, doing his all, flexing. Yet you're not doing that. So he
That's why
should
I'm
have.
worried about Ric Flair in a way, because Ric Flair, he still talks about like getting to the ring one final time. It's just like,
Um,
yeah, if you do that, it's not gonna end well for you. Um,
I think that motherfucker just talking. He ain't getting in the ring again. Not
yeah,
after this. Not
no,
after
God,
this.
no, surely not. But yeah, when I originally saw the news, I was just in shock a little bit. Like it didn't make me sad, or it didn't make me like sort of sit back and think about it for a while, like I did for Jota, for example, or a little bit with Ozzy Osbourne. But it did shock me. Like I wasn't expecting to see that. And well, no one does, do they? No one expects to wake up or go on X/Twitter and see news that someone famous has died. Like no one's really expecting that each day. So yeah, it was just a bit of a shock. But after the original bit of a shock wore off, yeah, as bad as that sounds, we kind of just went, okay, that happened. Let's
Yeah,
we move.
yeah, yeah. The one thing I will say, some of the people on X, Twitter, whatever you want to say, with how they said stuff, look, some of it, I did laugh about, and I'm gonna be honest, I did smile and laugh. But then, like, if you think about it, it's like, damn, people are really ruthless, and it's
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
So some of the stuff I'm thinking, okay, man, like, that's insane. But that's
yeah,
look, I credit that to the perception of him doing that, and look, I'm not going to say it was karma, but for him to pass away 10 years after that recording on the same day is quite crazy to me.
it is really crazy. It's funny how life works that way. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did also laugh a little bit at some of the things that were said on X. I'm not going to say that I didn't, because some of the stuff that was said was genuinely funny. Um, some do take it far though. Like some do
Mhm.
take it a bit too far, as does a lot of people on X with a lot of different things take it a bit too far. Um, because I have a fine line between making a funny joke about a situation, or making, I guess, light of a situation, or just being funny, or I draw a line between that and just being downright disrespectful. Like I think there's a fine line there,
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
like some people will like actually fully cross it and go into the disrespectful category. People can say what they want to say, but I just never feel good showing that much hate. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's why I never really participate in some of the things that were said, or in any of the things that were said for that matter. Sure, I laughed at some of the things that I saw because they were genuinely funny, but I never. I don't think ever actually posted anything about Hogan when I saw the news. I I just sort of just reacted privately, and then obviously I talked to you guys in the group chat about it. But apart from that, I just kind of just went on with my life.
Yeah, yeah, I did too. But yep. Hopefully he can rest in peace. I mean, that that ain't up to me, obviously, and everything. But I hope. I do hope the family members and everyone close to him. I do pray for them because
Mm.
I know the people around him. I feel more for just overall because they were around him more than
Yeah,
any of us will be. So that's for sure. It was either I think it was yesterday. We have four people become free agents. That's Kane Carter, Keonta Chance, Dakota Kai, and Braun Strowman, the two big ones. They were free agents, so hopefully we'll see them somewhere very soon. I don't know. With Braun, remember last time Braun was like, it's all WWE or my promotion. I don't know if he's going to be like that this go around, but
I don't know. I I think Dakota Kai will probably go to TNA. I think I was about to say Impact. Yeah,
Impact, TNA, hell, it's the same thing.
yeah. I think Dakota Kai will go to TNA. I think she'll do
I,
very well there.
I hope so because they do need to retool and get some little bit more people in there. Braun should just go do movies and save his knees.
Save his
Oh boy,
knees.
yeah, yeah. I mean, probably should. I mean, his I don't think they're married, but like he's with Raquel, so Raquel, has that WWE money coming in. Why don't he just do something else, save his
But yeah,
body?
I think Dakota Kai will go to TNA because I think AEW's women's division is a bit too stacked for Dakota Kai. Um, Although saying that, I don't know. There might be a spot for her on AEW. I think she
Look,
would do well
hey,
on AEW anyway. But I think
look.
TNA is a better fit, in my honest opinion.
It's a better fit, and I'm sorry. Tony Khan does not know how to book any female
No.
unless your name is Tony Storm or Mercedes. You're not getting booked correctly to save your life. There are so many people over there that could be booked better in the women's division, and they're just not showcased at all, which
Mm.
is crazy to me. But you know, yeah, I think TNA would be the best fit. Talking about TNA, I saw a little thing where the CW might pick up TNA for like a TV deal. That would be cool. Because they would be live every week. I think so. That would be pretty cool if there was. Because I think TNA is doing a very good job with this partnership, and if WWE can help them get a TV deal that gets them live every week, that would be pretty straight and everything. But can't wait to see where those people go. Shayna is a free agent too, but she looks like she's an NXT rider now. I don't know if that's going to be a full time thing or not, but
From the
um,
looks of it, it looks like she's doing a decent job at that so far. So yeah,
yeah,
hopefully that's something she can progress with.
yeah, for sure. Something I hope gets resolved. Carrying Cross and his contract and everything. The shit's ending at the end of August, I think, and we're in August. So,
Oh, oh.
and supposedly they haven't reached out to him. I that's what a lot of these new sites are saying. But I'm thinking, I,
Surely WWE will extend him with how over he is, and
it,
his merch sells well. Surely they'd have to give him a new contract.
you would think, right? You would think that would be crazy. Right now, I got a bad feeling about it. To be honest, I mean that is very much their loss if they really don't sign carrying.
Yeah, no, I think they'd be missing out on too much money if they didn't re-sign him. Like honestly, it'd be a bad business move. Um, like I don't know if it's WWE hasn't reached out to him or whether WWE have reached out to him, but Karrion Cross doesn't like any of the contracts they've offered him, or he probably maybe wants some reassurance about booking wise. Because let's be fair, Karrion Crosser hasn't exactly been booked the best in terms of going over people and stuff like that. Like he's very over, but he isn't really booked by WWE the best way. Um, so I don't know if Karrion Cross wants some reassurance about that. What's being reported is WWE hasn't reached out yet. Then that's ridiculous. Like if I'm WWE, I would have re-signed him ages ago. But it could definitely be anything, like you said. Yeah, it could be anything. But if like you said they haven't reached out to him, then that's a very bad business move because that's way too much money to leave on the table to not give him an offer and then potentially lose out on that merch sale money and the popularity that Karrion Cross has. It would just be a dumb move.
Yeah, very dumb. Apollo Crews still recovering from a torn pec. I hope he gets back soon. Maybe they'll use him, maybe they won't. But Apollo is just one of those talents that is really good in ring, and he could definitely fit in and stay on like on the SmackDown like he was. Um,
The problem
Bianca,
with the problem with Apollo Crews has always been character. Like he
Mhm.
has all it takes to be good in the ring. He's very good in the ring, has all that. It's just I've never really been intrigued in any of his characters. Like probably the best character he's had was when he was a heel as Intercontinental Champion when he had the whole like Nigerian thing going on. Like that was somewhat interesting, but that got stale quick. And yeah, apart from that, like all of his babyface stuff, I've just it's just a smiley baby face when he was a face, so it just
well,
wasn't really interesting.
I liked the pairing of him and Baron Corbin, and then Corbin got released so quickly. I'm like, what in the hell? That could have been another tag team you added. Like that could
Yeah,
have easily been a tag team. And the crazy thing is, they work so good as a tag team.
yeah.
I was like, when I watched them do their tag team, I said, dog. I said I want more of this tag team, and I never thought I would say I would want more of Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin tag team, but it worked really good. But it didn't matter. But I hope he recovers very soon. Bianca Belair should be returning soon. I think she could boost um, the women's division more, even though the women's division is legit stacked. I mean, it's really stacked. WWE has probably the best women's division I've seen in a while, which is
I I was about to say the women's division right now is probably at its best state in a long time.
yeah.
Like the women have been some of the best stuff in the last few months of WWE, which is really good to say. Um, like Liv when she was like active, she was killing it. Io was killing it as champion. Rhea's doing her thing. Bianca's Bianca. Naomi in her and now as champion, she's killing it so far. And Naomi even before she was champion with Jade, that was really good. Um, Even the NXT stuff with now Blake Monroe and all that. It's just yeah, the women's division in WWE right now is at its best. I think in a long time. Even stuff like Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, like that's going really well, and Charlotte is actually being likable for once. Like that's an achievement in of itself.
Look, when I was at Evolution and I started hearing "We Want Charlotte" chants, I said, "Are we in a different universe?" Because I was like, I'm over here like, enjoying, the startup of the match and all that, and I'm like, I said, is that what I hear? And I'm like, dog, Alexa Bliss has made Charlotte getting cheered. I said, what are we doing? I said, that is crazy, but it works out. Um, two more things to talk about, and then we can get into night one of SummerSlam and everything. Um, Oh, thank God for this. WWE and Travis Scott has had a fallout, supposedly. I wish they had a
Oh,
fallout.
thank
I,
fuck for that.
I, I wish they had a fallout before
For
WrestleMania 41.
WrestleMania. Yeah. If only they had that before WrestleMania. We
But
WrestleMania would have ended much better that way. After watching WWE Unreal, I like Charlotte a whole lot more, but maybe that's me falling for WWE's PR. I haven't watched WWE Unreal yet. I do need to
um,
watch it. I've seen a couple clips. The clip that I remember seeing is Kevin Owens talking to Cody Rhodes after their Royal Rumble match. Um, and basically Kevin Owens apologizing to Cody Rhodes about the bomb on the ladder thing. Um, um, yeah, that's what I remember seeing
and
from
it,
WWE Unreal
it
so far.
and it's wild. I saw that clip too, and I'm like, what the hell is he apologizing? That spot looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think it's because Cody landed nastily,
Mhm.
but it looks really good. Wait, WrestleMania happened this year. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I got cancelled, right? Who's Travis Scott? Yeah, we wish we could just say that and just say, yeah, no, Travis Scott never happened. Definitely didn't help John Cena break the record for the most amount of world titles in WWE history.
But I don't know why they had a fallout or stuff like that overall, but Drew on Logan's podcast did a dig to Travis Scott, and I think it's open. So supposedly from the article is open season on doing a dig on Travis Scott. So they might not be in the best of relationships now. Thank God. Maybe we don't have to hear Fiend anymore on the
Oh,
television.
I was just about to say, if I ever hear that song again, it'll be too soon.
Oh, you
Oh,
you know what's crazy? I play
well,
co- I play college football game, and guess what? That damn song is on
it's on
the
the
game.
soundtrack. Oh no!
No, 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 no. It's not on the damn. It's not on the soundtrack. So when you're playing, the atmosphere. If you're on the road, it plays Mo Bamba or it plays Fiend. So
Oh
like,
god,
I have to hear it in game sometimes.
I must
But
drive you up the wall.
it's only for like 10 seconds, so like it's not bad. It's not the entire damn thing. But
I
um
appreciate.
who knows if Travis Scott and them will come back. I mean, it just seems like from other stuff I've seen, Travis was trying to get in the ring, and it wasn't really panning out that good. But Jelly Roll is panning out good. That should tell you a lot right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could have told you that Travis Scott didn't have what it takes to be in the ring when literally he gave Cody Rhodes a black eye just by performing a beatdown on him. He couldn't even perform a beatdown on someone the right way without giving someone a black eye. So I could have told you right from then that he wasn't going to be cut out to be in the ring.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The last thing, and then we'll talk about SummerSlam. Vince McMahon with his crash on the same day that Hulk Hogan passed away, and also I saw a thing where he was in another wreck not long ago. I, that man, I don't know what the hell he's been doing, but they said that he was going like way too fast.
To be fair on that, I think Rock and Cody told Travis to actually hit him. Yeah, but I think there's a difference between actually hitting him and hitting him the way that he did and to give him a black eye. I think even if he told him to actually hit him, I think he could have definitely done it a little less harder than that. To the point where you give someone a black eye,
Yeah,
but I
yeah, for
digress.
sure. But yeah, if Vince don't stop it, he's going to court for the crash because I mean he was going. They said he was swerving in and out of traffic, and I'm like, what in the hell are you swerving in and out of traffic for that bad?
Maybe someone should check his bloodstream, just in case he's taking anything.
Yeah, let's just throw him to the jail. All right, enough of Vince talk.
Been
Hopefully,
doing side quests.
oh my god, wow, wow. Oh, that's dumb.
You
Okay,
never, you never fail, Yusuf. You never fail.
All right, night one, SummerSlam. Let's start off with the WWE Women's Championship. You got Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill. I'm gonna let you talk about this match first.
Yeesh. I don't know. Part of me says the Jade will obviously win because I just don't see Jade losing. I like to anyone, even the champion. So and Tiffany's been champion for a while, so part of me is leaning towards Jade winning the belt. Seth cashes in on Tiffy.
God.
My God. Yeah, no. I think yeah, I think Jade will win. To be honest, if Naomi hadn't cashed in already, this would have been a good opportunity for her to cash in. Like, can you imagine if after all the like Jade and Naomi did, like Jade beating Naomi constantly, can you imagine if just long term wise she just waited for Jade to get this opportunity against Tiffany, beat Tiffy for the title, and then Naomi just cashes in straight away and just takes it from her?
Well,
That would have been great.
I think about it like this. I like the way they did it, not just because I saw a cash in, but I like the way they did it because they got her away from Bianca and Jade because it seems like she was just stuck with them, even though she was, should have been doing other stuff. So I'm
Mm.
not mad about this. I actually, I actually think that Bianca will be at SummerSlam, not in too much of a physical way. And she said, "Oh, I can." She'll be like, "Oh, I can support you, Jade." I think Bianca's going to turn on Jade, and Tiffany will win.
I had that in my head. I was just more thinking maybe Jade wins and then Bianca attacks her after. I'm just thinking maybe that's another avenue they could go down. But yeah, no, that could definitely happen. That Bianca could turn heel on Jade and then Tiffy wins by that. That could definitely happen. Um, but no, I think more what I'm thinking is Jade wins and then Bianca either attacks her after the match or kind of start a slow burn towards that heel turn of Bianca going up to Jade, like, and just sort of just standing up to her and and just basically being like, "I'm coming for that title when I'm ready," or that something along those lines. I liked how it added a surprise because no one thought she cashed in on EO. True, true. It was a shock, and the fact that she cashed in mid match on EO and Rhea, um, that is sort of brought a little bit more shock in it that she cashed in mid match, kind of like what Rollins did at WrestleMania a few years ago. I don't know if I could ever boo Bianca against Jade. Um, no, me neither. I much prefer Bianca to Jade. I would admit. So even if Bianca was the heel against Jade, I would definitely still cheer Bianca.
Hey, I will say this: the crazy part is Jade has been getting a lot of damn cheers, even though she don't really act like a face for real.
No,
So
that is true. That is true. I guess some people just like the appeal of Jade and because she's a badass. A few years ago, being a decade ago as well, for real. Hey, whatever. You know what I mean. A decade ago, a few years ago, same difference. Um, but yeah, yeah, I think Jade will win, and Bianca will turn heel at some point. I just don't think it'll happen right away because I think they're going to build to Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania next year. That's what I personally think is going to happen. So I don't think the heel turn is going to happen just yet. I think it's going to be a slow build to it. I do think Bianca will turn heel though because she needs it. Even though I think when you look at both characters, it would make more sense for Jade to turn because Jade just kind of has like the appeal of a heel. But I think Bianca needs it more. So yeah, Bianca will definitely turn heel.
yeah, yeah. I guess we'll see. I just have a sneaky feeling Bianca might just turn on Jade quicker because they kind of been building it. and it would be somewhat like it would be somewhat out of nowhere as well. So I
Mm.
could see them doing that, but yeah, I got Tiffany retaining because of that. I'm
Okay.
going to go with that.
So we've got different already.
Yeah, for the first match, which is not a bad thing for sure.
That doesn't typically happen, so that's refreshing.
Um, the third and final match probably with Sami Zayn and Karrion Cross. Sami won the first one, Karrion won the second one because of the ribs, and now we're getting the third one. If I guess if Karrion wins, excuse me, he's supposed to Sammy's supposed to tell him that he was right or something like that. So typically this would make for a Sami Zayn win in my opinion. But I'm going the opposite. I'm going Karrion Cross to win, and I've seen an idea thrown out there. I forget by who, and they are free agents with the Righteous. What if they start a group with him and Karrion Cross with Scarlett? I could see that and have them start that up. And if they do start something up with a group like that, that means these reports are probably not right.
Well, I was about to say, and I was about to say the same thing you just said in the chat. If Cross wins, then I'm assuming the contract situation will be fine and that Cross will extend because I don't think they're going to have Karrion Cross win if he's going to leave at the end of the month. So I think if Semi wins, it's not looking good on the whole contract situation. If Karrion wins, I think that means he will extend. So I guess we will see. By that standpoint, I'm gonna also go with Karrion Cross to win because I'm just hoping that he extends. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Karrion Cross to beat Sami Zayn. And plus, I think Cross needs a big pay per view win like that anyway. So yeah, I'll go Cross to win.
Yeah, and this is just going to bring more sympathy down for Sami Zayn to build him up for the world title picture eventually,
Hmm.
in my opinion. The WWE Women's World Tag Team Championships. You got the Judgment Day Raquel and Roxanne versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Um, I'll let you go ahead with this one.
Zayn winning the Royal Rumble in Saudi will be fire. I think it could happen. I think Sammy is one of those names that could win the Royal Rumble next year. But yeah, we'll talk more about the Royal Rumble when we get closer to it. But yeah, when it comes to this match, I'm not going to waste too much time talking about this match. I personally think they're going to pull the trigger and put the belts on Charlotte and Alexa. I think with how organically that tag team has worked out and Alexa has gotten Charlotte over, which is crazy to say. I mean, fair play to Alexa for that. And Charlotte's actually been genuinely cheered as being a babyface and is actually coming off as a likable character. I just think that has ended up turning out too good to not put the belts on them and kind of reward them for that. And Judgment Day will be fine without the tag team titles. They kind of have had their thing with the tag team titles now. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Charlotte and Alexa to win the belts.
This is an easy, totally agree to me. You got sometimes you gotta strike the iron when it's definitely working with Alexa and Charlotte, and this is one of those moments that you definitely have to let them win here.
Hmm.
Um, um, and I think this gets more of a rift in the Judgment Day and starts little wrinkles here and there. So that would make sense. And plus, it's just little wrinkles, and then Liv comes back eventually. Like it's just going to work out perfectly. This is one that we definitely agree on as well. I think it's an easy agree on as well. Um, right now, and I know we normally don't do this, but I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to put myself on the spot. Talking
Okay.
about Royal Rumble, who's your one winner right now? If you picked one,
Oh no.
because now we're in August. It is, let's see, 5 6 months away.
About 5 6 months. Yeah, about 5 months.
So we are halfway there, or a little bit more than halfway. Who's your Royal Rumble winner in Saudi?
Oh no. That's a tough one because I just want. I'm gonna have to think about who's gonna be possibly the champion by then. Ugh. Will
Well,
Gunther be champion all the way till Mania? I don't think so. Um,
well. I'm
John
gonna tell
Cena
you
probably.
this. I'm gonna tell you this. My winner in Saudi. Oh my gosh.
Just say Omos. Don't worry about it. No, it's not gonna be Omos.
my winner, and it's gonna be hilarious because it's in Saudi. CM Punk.
The funny thing is, CM Punk was in my head. CM Punk was in my head. Ilya will probably be back by then if you want to think about Gunther. Hey, if Gunther's still champion by then yes. If Gunther's still champion by then, I would be more than down for Ilya Dragunov to return and win the Royal Rumble. I'd be more than happy. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening, unfortunately. I could see Punk. Yeah, Punk is one of the names that popped into my head. Sami Zayn is another one. Um, yeah.
I'll explain. I'll explain why I say Punk later on. I definitely it'll make all the sense. All the sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Punk too. Because I did see also in the what's it called, the WWE the what's it called again? I'm gonna have to look back. WWE Unreal, that's it. WWE Unreal. After seeing a clip from that, I saw that Triple H and the creative team were talking about Royal Rumble winners, and CM Punk's name was mentioned. So I was just thinking, like, that is definitely a name that's going to be in their heads each year about winning the Royal Rumble, and I just think they're going to have to pull the trick on that eventually, like at some point. Um, so I think CM Punk will definitely be one of the names in contendership to win. Um, yeah, I probably am going to go with Punk because that's probably the first name that pops into my head, along with Sammy after that. Yeah, I'm going to go Punk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll revisit this in about 2 or 3 months, and then give her another prediction. Let's see here. What we got left? Three more matches for night one. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Um, did not think I would be saying Jelly Roll in one of these matches on SummerSlam, but I'm not mad about it because he's obviously trained very well. I mean, I don't know how he's going to be able to move, but the segments that he's done and everything that I've seen, I've actually enjoyed, which is crazy. So that's a kudos to someone that's not really in the wrestling business that makes me, kind of enjoy the segment and everything. So big kudos to him. I don't see Randy Orton losing at SummerSlam, at least this year. That's why I got Jelly Roll and Randy Orton for the win. And
I've also got them as well. Yeah.
that kind of sucks because I feel like Drew McIntyre deserves better, but it is what it is. His time will come for sure.
People could be hating on it on Twitter, but sometimes I like to be sports entertained. Yeah, no fair. Yeah, I probably am saying the same thing with yeah, I'm gonna go the same. I'm gonna go the same because I don't see Randy losing. I don't see Randy losing, even though I do agree that Drew McIntyre probably deserves better. In fact, no, he definitely deserves better. He definitely deserves better to just be in a tag team with Logan Paul and for a SummerSlam match. Yeah, but I just don't think Randy's going to lose at SummerSlam. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Jelly
go Randy
Roll.
to win.
Jelly Roll for sure. Pinning Logan. Yeah, I could see that for sure. I don't think Drew. I don't think Drew takes the pin here. No.
No, no, Drew doesn't take the pin. It's gonna be Logan who takes the pin. At least
Okay,
fingers
so
crossed anyway.
okay. The only person Logan hasn't faced, or two people he hasn't faced yet that's been on his podcast, is John Cena and Drew. Now, so I could see the John Cena one happening. I hate to say it. I hate to say it.
Can you imagine if that's his last match? His
Oh
last
dear
match,
God, dear
Logan
God,
Paul.
no, no, I don't want that to be his last match. I'm sorry, I don't want to see that for his last match. Even if it's a good one, I don't care. I don't want to see it for his last match.
I could definitely, I could see Drew and Logan if Drew were to turn face. I don't know if he turned face though. I mean, yeah, he puts his last match and he puts Logan over.
John is that type of person to do that
He
though.
is though. That's the thing. Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure he would happily put Logan over. That's the thing. Um, yeah, but yeah, I don't know if Drew would turn babyface though, because I feel like, but he has been a heel for a long time, so I feel like maybe he is due for a face turn. But I just don't know. I enjoy him as a heel too much. Like with
I
the whole social media thing,
personally,
I enjoy it too much.
I don't even think he has to turn face. They have a disagreement, they have a match down the road or something, and he just goes
Mm.
along with his business. He
Yeah,
did say
no,
in
it's
that
true.
interview with Logan, he said, "I'm not really a babyface or a bad guy. I'm just a person that tells the truth." So he did say that. I did watch all of the interview because Drew was kind of wild in that interview, which is that's Drew. So oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know why the dogs are barking. But back to our normal programming.
There's a
Um
dog like nearby that's barking as well over on my end. So like dogs are barking everywhere.
Hush. Okay. Mine have hushed for a minute at least, or a second. Um, Braun Break.
Dog breaker is
You
near.
know, you know what? Braun Breaker is near because that's the match we're talking about next. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed cashing in on
That's
the
catching in on the
podcast. Oh
podcast.
my god. Okay. Um, did you see Monday night of how Bronson and Braun Breaker looked at the end of Raw?
I didn't know.
Bro, that's how you book that group. And you know what's the sad part about this? And this is going to be a hot take, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a hot take. I enjoy the group with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman than I do with Seth added into it. I
Yeah,
do.
these two do not need Seth at all. No, they don't. Like
It,
I think that's always been the case though. That like when it comes to Seth, Braun, and Bronson, like Seth does kind of look like the odd one out there. Like Bronson and Braun, you could look at those two and be like, yeah, them two together, that look like it'd be a great fit. And then Seth Rollins gets in there, and it's just like this doesn't seem like it works. Like you
like,
don't belong here.
how wild is it to say that a lot of people agree, you know what? Seth don't even need to be in the group. I mean, plus he's got his damn same song. How am I supposed to boo someone with that song when I'm wanting to, do the whoa, blah 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 blah? And
Wasn't his theme song supposed to have changed like a while ago? Like there was talk
yeah,
about his theme song being
supposed to.
changed ages ago, and it still hasn't happened. The problem with this Seth Heyman pairing is Seth is already fine on the mic. He doesn't need Heyman, so there's just one too many people in this group. Yeah, agreed. It's much different. For example, Roman. Like with Roman, he started off not being very good on the microphone. That's why he had Heyman there to talk for him. And then Roman slowly but surely got better on the microphone to the point where he could easily talk without Heyman. So it made Heyman as more of a background character, not really talking as much, but still being very integral to the Bloodline group
Yes.
and being integral to Roman. But then eventually Roman had to outgrow Heyman anyway. So that's why he had Heyman split from Roman. But yeah, this whole Seth Heyman dynamic from the very get go, it just seemed like a weird fit. Like it was good for the moment because it made for a shocking like oh my god moment at SummerSlam, not SummerSlam at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah.
But, sorry about
No, you good.
that. Yeah. So what was I saying? Fuck. Well, I was on the tangent.
It was a great moment, but the pairing just ain't there.
Yeah, yeah. Like it made for a great moment at WrestleMania with Heyman turning on Roman and Punk to go along with Seth. Because it was gonna be interesting to see how they would like work together with each other, but they just don't. They just don't work well with each other at all. And it's just not a good fit. It just doesn't come off on TV in the best way either. So I think it's best if Heyman turns on Seth like soonish to go along with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I think Heyman with those two works fantastic, but with Seth involved, just doesn't work as well.
I think it works so well with Bronson and Braun because you see Braun as a future WWE World Champion.
Mm,
You just a world champion. You can see Bronson as a U.S. or Intercontinental Champion easily,
yeah.
and they could both be dominant. And you got both guys that are decent on the mic, but could be better. You pair them with Heyman, that's a mouthpiece, but you let them talk from here and then. I don't know, man. Monday, they looked they looked like superstars. I mean, they looked like absolutely true superstars with how they took out Jay and Roman.
Mm. Like Braun with Paul Heyman, it would remind me of when Brock came onto the scene with Heyman as like the
Yeah.
next big thing and all that, like young Brock. Bronson stealing Roman's shoes. I did see the photo of that. To be fair, that made me laugh. Didn't he also like fucking sniff it as well? Like he probably
I
like
don't
gave a
I
big
don't
whiff
know.
at the shoes. I was just like, what the hell? But yeah, no, I think Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman long term would be perfect. Like Bronson Reed can be along with it too if they want him to be along with Braun long term wise. But if they wanted to have someone along with Heyman long term, I think Braun and Heyman would be perfect.
Yeah, I think so. Um, and they looked like absolute superstars on Monday. I don't know if that means they're going to lose or not. I know it's Roman's first match, but I don't think this group needs to take an L. That's my problem. I think it would make them look so good if they beat Roman and Jay, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know where I'm leaning towards, but I think uh I'm gonna go with Braun and Bronson to win. I think they're going to win over Jay and Roman, but I could be very very wrong too.
I
Uh,
I think if Roman and Jay are to lose, then Jay has to take the pin.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That goes without saying. Like Roman shouldn't take the pin in any way, shape, or form. Um, I was gonna say like maybe Seth comes back to sort of like I don't know, cost them. Like, not do anything physical, just does a distraction or does something to cost Roman and Jay. That that could work, but I don't know if Seth will show up.
I don't think Seth will show up. I don't think Seth will show up.
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Heyman could cost Roman and Jay. Like Heyman could get involved. Oh, I do feel like Braun and Bronson need a win as big as this, but it's the fact they kind of stood tall on the most recent Raw that kind of makes me feel like they're going to lose. Because the whole like, if you look strong right before a pay per view, chances are you're going to lose. So by that logic, I'm probably going to go with Roman and Jay to win.
Yep. I'm praying they don't win, and I know that's crazy to say, but I think Bronson and Braun needs this big win more than anything.
The only thing Seth would show up for is cashing in if the injury is indeed a work. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know if this injury is a work or if it's an actual real injury. I think it's a real injury, but you never know in this business.
I think with his injury, I think it is a real injury, but I don't think it's as bad as people or what they're trying to say it is. So the main event of night one, it was confirmed by Punk on ESPN, I think yesterday. We got Gunther defending the world championship against CM Punk. Um, this to me is a 50-50 toss up. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a 50-50 toss up to me. But I I'll let you talk about the night one main event first.
Um, like you said, this is a 50-50. Like I could see a world where CM Punk wins the belt. I could easily see a world where Gunther retains. I genuinely, I'm not 100% sure who's going to win here, which is good because this main event makes it unpredictable, and I feel like they're going to put on a really good match. I mean, of course, it's going to be a really good match. We've got Gunter in it, but CM Punk as well. I feel like Punk and Gunter will work really well together. So yeah, I'm really excited for this match. I'm probably gonna lean more towards Gunter retaining because I just feel like they're trying to build Punk winning the world title to WrestleMania. That's what I would personally think is that they're really trying to build long term, slowly wise for Punk finally winning the world title. Um, so yeah, I just feel like it might happen at WrestleMania is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking Gunter retains, but I think it's going to be close. Like they're going to have it where Punk is literally like this close to beating Gunter, like it's this close, has him on the ropes, but Gunter is able to overcome it and beat Punk. Maybe cheating. I don't know if he beats him clean. Maybe he cheats. Um, but yeah, I think Gunter retains.
Um, there's two scenarios in this that I could see. The one that you just talked about. I don't think Gunther would cheat, but I think it would be very close of him losing, but he would retain. The scenario that I'm going to go with is Punk wins, but guess what? Seth ain't really hurt, and I think he cashes in.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, that actually, that actually does sound correct. To be honest, I didn't think of that. Yeah, because I've just had in my head that
Okay.
Seth is really hurt, so I may have to change my
Okay, look.
prediction here.
Look. This is what. When have you ever in wrestling overall? What's up? Welcome to the stream. When have you ever heard any company talk about an injury as much as this?
True, true. They haven't really shut up about it, so
And I'm like,
it is a
there's
bit
times when
suspicious.
I'm hearing it more and more. I'm like, I'm like, dog, they are really reeling it in with this injury. Like, to me, it just screams for a Seth Rollins cash in to ironically screw CM Punk at the end of the
Mm.
day.
I could see it. I could now that you said that, I don't know why, but I always had in my head that it's a real injury, so like there's no chance that like Seth would be able to cash in. But now that now that I think about it, yeah, it would make sense. The weirdest thing
So,
about this injury is that they keep saying, "Oh, Seth has until June to cash in. We don't need to worry about it, guys." Yeah, yeah. It's weird that they say that. It is weird. Um, yeah, no, yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think you're right, Tyler. I do think you're right. After you said that, yeah, I'm pretty much convinced now that that's happening. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change my I'm gonna have to change my prediction. Punk wins, and Seth cashes in after that. Yeah,
it,
it's going to happen. Either that, or Seth cashes in like he did at Mania and cashes in mid match, and makes it a triple threat match and pins Punk. It's gonna be one of those two things.
well, I don't see that. I don't see that happening because they already did it with Naomi and with Naomi's cash in, and
True,
they
true.
normally don't repeat stuff like that. At least
No, they don't.
with the Money in the Bank cash ins on that certain year. So,
Mm.
after Punk wins the title, Burn It Down hits, but he fails. Nah, I don't think he's going to have a failed cash in. No, because if you remember, and it certain things like this click with me, and I stay right there. Seth said, "As long as I'm breathing, CM Punk will never be world champion." Now he might be world champion for 2 minutes or three
But
minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, but he ain't gonna be world champion for long.
and
So
then it's
Matt,
going to build, to Punk trying to get revenge on Seth and get the title back, which will lead to the Royal Rumble. Ah, I see where you were going there, Tyler. So Seth will be the champion going into WrestleMania. Punk will win the Royal Rumble, and Punk and Rollins at WrestleMania next year, and then that's when Punk will regain the belt and hold on to it for a while. Yeah, okay, I can see the
that
plan then.
that's where Punk truly wins the world title and everything overall.
Yeah, ref gets knocked down, and a new one comes out. By God, why is this ref in a wheelchair? Why does the ref have a briefcase?
Um,
How funny would that be though? Like, genuinely, if the way he cashed in is like the referee gets taken out, new ref has to be put in. The ref is like, I don't know if he has like a mask or whatever, but comes out full referee gear, like does the count or whatever, starts counting, someone kicks out, and then just Rollins just reveals himself and just goes hi, and then just beats him down with a briefcase.
that would be a unique way of doing things. I mean, I'm fine with whatever, but I do think they have talked about this injury too damn much on television. There ain't no that just it just tells me that he's. I have a gut feeling he cashes in, and then this is how I would do the booking because you got war games coming up. You throw them in a war games match against each other. Blah blah blah. Royal Rumble's coming up. Guess what? Punk's gonna be worrying about that. So that's how you can space Seth and Punk away from each other and everything. so that's where I see it, and then we get the final, hoorah of Punk and Rollins, and Punk finally gets his big crowning moment at WrestleMania, winning the World Championship. So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, now that um I kind of mapped it out in my head, it does make a lot of sense as to like Punk winning the Royal Rumble, Seth cashing in here, Punk winning the Royal Rumble, and then Punk winning the belt at WrestleMania from Seth in their final encounter. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So yeah, no. Yeah, I agree.
Now, night two, we're going to go to night two. What if Punk did the ref spot at Clash? Oh, when he did, yeah, yeah, that was a very very funny moment. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was. Yeet and OK and OTC
Mhm.
one are winning. I don't think
That's
they.
what I
I
predicted.
hope not.
That's
I
what I
hope.
predicted.
I hope they don't though. Night two feels like more of a wrestling night than night one for sure.
Mm.
Um, because this night two card, if the matches are just all solid, could be very. I mean, very very good for sure. Um, let's start off. Steel cage. Solo Sokoa defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. Um, I haven't really followed SmackDown stuff that much recently. I just haven't. Just not a lot of time, but I know how this has been booked and everything. Um, without shenanigans, I don't see Solo just winning, straight up. But I don't think Solo is going to lose here. But I don't know. I just don't see Jacob losing like that. He just don't. Jacob's just one of those dudes that's not going to lose that much. Oh man, damn. Uh, but yeah, I just go Solo for the win. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans on his part with everyone, so I just go with Solo to win.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go the same here as well. I think Solo will retain. Solo going to attempt to leave through the door, but Justin Ventura runs in and stops that BS.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I think Solo will win as well. I think Solo will win via escaping the cage. I think there's a reason why they did a steel cage stipulation.
Yeah,
It's so they could have Solo retain without having to pin um Jacob Fatu or submit him. Yeah, I think they're going to have Solo retain by him escaping the cage. Um, I don't know if he'll do it clean. I don't know if he'll have help, interference and all that. He probably will. Um, but yeah, no, I've got Solo Sokoa retaining.
yeah. Not much to say here about that. Just overall. Um. Okay, Women's Intercontinental Championship. We got the third match of this series: Becky Lynch and Lala Valkyria. The first two matches were pretty good, very very good. Um, and I think a third could be really good. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this like no holds bar or something, or is that for a different match? I swear I thought.
No holds barred is Cena and Rhodes because that's a street fight.
Yeah, that's a street fight, but I thought Becky and Lawler was had a stipulation to it, but it doesn't say on here.
Ah, no
Becky,
DQ they're calling it. So yeah, Becky and Lyra's a no DQ match.
I thought so, but on this CBS article that I'm reading with the match card, it doesn't say no holds bar and no DQ, but I thought they were. So stuff can happen here. It makes sense because it's the last and third final match. I don't see Becky losing here. I think it'll be a fantastic match, but I see she can't challenge for Becky again. Yeah, I don't see Lawler challenging for the Women's Intercontinental Championship anytime soon, anyways. So I'll go with Becky Lynch to retain here, and I think it could be it might be the best match of three with a stipulation.
I don't know. I they might have Lyra go over. They might because like this whole thing has just been Becky getting one over Lyra apart from their first match where Lyra beat Becky by a roll up. So I don't know. I feel like they might give Lyra the rub here, but I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just trying to think about like if it's not Lyra who wins it back off Becky, who wins it off Becky? Bailey, possibly. Um, I'm just thinking like there's not much other women that I can really think of that could possibly beat Becky for the belt. So
Yeah.
apart from maybe Bailey in the future because of like the history those two have had in the last few months. Um, I don't know. It could go either way for me. But I'm probably gonna go the safe route, and I'm probably gonna go the same as you, Tyler, and say Becky retains. But I would not be shocked if Lyra does win the belt back, and they've put Lyra over it finally in this feud. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Becky retains. Just
Bailey heel turn? Not just yet. I don't know if they will or not though. But yeah, I think Becky is just a safe call here and everything in general. I don't know who beats her for it. Probably Bailey, maybe someone else that we might not just be thinking about. Who knows? The WWE Tag Team Championships. The Wyatts defending against DIY Street Profits faction and Motor City Machine Guns and Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I need a drink of water after this. TLC. Now look, I am all up for TLC matches. But I think there's one or two too many teams here.
oh no, you can't. You can never have too many tag teams in a TLC match.
No,
This
dog. This is kind of. I prayed for this
I'm
to
praying for this that it
happen. Okay,
happens.
Drew McIntyre.
Oh, I drew. I drew McIntyre. Ray Felix and Andrade, they have a push. I don't think
I
they'll win. I don't think they'll win.
Yeah, I don't think they're win, but I do like them being a tag team and everything. I
I
know
think they
it's
work. I think they work well together. I do. I mean, it's weird seeing Ray Phoenix tag team with someone else other than Penta,
yeah,
but I think it works. I think Ray Phoenix and Andrade together does work. And actually, I wouldn't mind seeing Andrade paired up with both Ray Phoenix and Penta to form like a little faction. I wouldn't mind that in the future because I mean eventually Penta's going to unite with Ray Phoenix at some point. Maybe not right now because Penta's doing well singles star,
yeah.
but I think eventually you will have Penta and Ray Phoenix together because you can't not do it. They're the Lucha Brothers for fuck's sake. But if they do that, I think them two with Andrade as a faction will be great. I hope they have matching gear for SummerSlam at least. Yeah. Um. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this match because I'm all for chaos. I am all
Yes.
for. I'm all for unbridled chaos, and that's what I love about TLC matches, especially when there's loads of people in a TLC match or a ladder match in general. That's why I love like multi-man ladder matches that have happened at WrestleMania, and just crazy shit happens. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they do here. Um, I
Dog.
don't know. I don't know
Eh,
why, but I have in my head that Johnny Gargano is going to do like the edge spear that
Yeah.
like that like from the top of a ladder. I don't know why I could just see Gargano doing that. I don't know why I can visualize Gargano doing that, but I can. When Loomis hits a diving leg drop off a ladder to the outside, yeah. I mean Ray Phoenix is probably gonna do some fucking mad shit. Andrade too. It's going to be utter chaos, but I'm gonna love every second of it. This is gonna be like one of the most entertaining matches of the entire weekend. I think the Wyatt Six are going to retain, though. I do. I
Yeah.
think the Wyatt Six are going to retain ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. It's too early to crown new tag team titles champions, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get new champions because this is a TLC match. I mean,
Yeah,
It's
anything
not
can
like
happen.
it's not like it's a damn one 2-on-2 match where they would somehow lose to just one tag team. So I could see it, but I would keep them. I would keep the titles on the Wyatts and everything, and let them have a more of a run. This I like. I dude, I've enjoyed what they've done with the SmackDown tag team division. Why can't the Raw tag team division be a little, you know, have a little, push or something where they do something different? I don't know. Maybe it's on purpose. I hope not, but this SmackDown tag team division is so much better overall than this Raw. What they're doing with Raw.
I know it's a shock, but I too would keep the titles on the Wyatt. Who would have thought? Yeah, no, I definitely would never have predicted that you would have the Wyatts retain the titles, Yusuf. Arguably, the Wyatt Six's most devoted fan that I've ever seen, with how much you keep up on their stuff and like translate their cryptic shit and all that. Seriously, Yusuf, like for real, all jokes aside, you do an amazing job with that. Like,
Yeah.
fair fucking play.
Yeah, but yeah, so we both got the Wyatt Six retaining, correct?
I don't think they are retaining, but one can hope. No, I think they will. I think they will.
Um, Intercontinental Championship match. We have Dom defending against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Um, I I hate to be the downer here, even with an AJ Styles shirt on, but I don't think Dom is losing that Intercontinental Championship yet.
No, me neither. And I hate to say that because I would like to see AJ Styles with one more singles run as a champion. Like whether it's a mid card champion or a world champion, like I want to see one more before he hands up the boots. But I don't think it's happening this time round. I don't see Dom losing. I think Dom was going to lose until the pop he got at AAA. I just didn't think he was losing anyway. But yeah, with how over Dom is, like I just don't think you could take the title off him right now. I just don't think you can.
Dog,
Um,
dog, that pop at AAA, I said, is this like Stone Cold coming out or something? That was wild to me.
Legit, it sounded like a pop that Stone Cold Steve Austin would receive in WWE, or John Cena or The Rock, or like a big star like that, like massive star, or The Undertaker or someone like that. Like it sounded like a pop the likes of those guys would get. He's pretty much the Stone Cold of AAA. It's madness. 20-year veteran Dominic Mysterio. It's crazy. Like I knew he would be over in Mexico because, he's the son of Rey Mysterio. Of course he's gonna be popular. But genuinely, that was a mad pop. But yeah, no, I see Dom retaining. I hope Dom and AJ have a really great match though, because I want to see AJ have at least one more like classic banger pay-per-view match to remember. Like I love that he was able to put on banger matches with Cody Rhodes. Because like before the matches with Cody Rhodes, like there was always that agenda of like, oh, AJ Styles is old, he's getting washed, he's not as good of a wrestler as he used to be before, he's slower, blah 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 blah. AJ Styles can still put on banger matches when put with the right person and they have good chemistry, and it just works out very well. Sure, he may not be as quick in the ring as he used to be before, but that happens with age. But he's still really damn good in the ring. So I hope he tears it up with Dom. I popped at home when he was playing the Switch 2 on Raw 20 years ago to the day of the PSP segment. Yeah, that was a good attention to detail there from them. And also another thing I want to talk about with AJ Styles, it was really great to see him return to TNA and put over Leon Slater in the way that he did. And as someone who actually seen Leon Slater when he was in the British independent scene before he went to TNA, like Leon Slater is a hell of a talent. Hell of a talent. That Swanton 450 splash that he does is chest kiss. It's phenomenal. Pun intended. Um, but yeah, it's good to see him put over Leon Slay in the way that he did, because yeah, I think he's an incredible talent, and the fact that he's now the youngest X Division champion in history just yeah goes to show. And that was Styles kind of handed the torch over, so to speak, to Leon Slater. So it was great to see AJ Styles make a return to TNA, but not make it about himself. He made it about the future of the TNA division, which I do love to see. And plus, it was great to see him come out to get ready to fly again. That brought back some nostalgia. But yeah, I hope Styles puts on a great match with Dom here, but I think Dom will ultimately retain.
Yeah, I just don't see I don't see Dom losing yet. I mean, he might. You never know, but I don't see him. I don't see him losing.
No,
I mean, but the thing is, and I'm just thinking about it. What if he does lose, but he does a lot of AAA stuff, and he becomes world champion over there because he is in that triple threat or fatal four way that he could win.
true, true. That
So maybe he does AAA for a while and does a run. Who knows?
maybe.
Um, the women's world championship match. Naomi defends against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I'll let you go ahead first for this women's triple threat.
Well, I can't wait for this match because I think this is going to be an amazing triple threat match, especially considering the match we got from Rhea and Io, which, by the way, it could be a top contender for match of the year. Like it's definitely up there so far.
It,
Um,
I would say this, not just thinking of the top of my head, it it might very well easily be in my top five. There's so many matches out there overall, but I think it has to be in a lot of people's top five. Plus,
oh,
I,
definitely.
plus I'm going to definitely be biased because I got to see it live. But
Yeah, it 100% has to be in everyone's top five because that not only is it one of the best matches of the year so far, it's one of my. I think it's. I'm gonna say it's up there with one of my favorite women's matches. It's fun. It was incredible match. Yeah, it pretty much topped even my expectations. Hard to beat Charlotte with Tiffany. I know. Oh god. No, 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 no. Yeah, no. If we were doing the top five worst matches of the year, that would definitely be in it. In fact, it would probably be number one. Um, but yeah, no. Yeah, especially considering how good Io and Rhea was. If now throwing Naomi into it for an entire match, it could be just as good, if not maybe even better. Who knows? If done really well. So yeah, I personally think Naomi's going to retain though. I just don't see her losing the belt this quick. Plus, it wouldn't make sense to have Naomi cash in, win the belt, and then just lose it immediately back to Io or lose it to Rhea. It just wouldn't make sense.
yeah,
So yeah, Naomi's definitely retaining.
yeah, I don't think it would make any sense for her to lose. Like her character work has been amazing. That damn laugh she does gets me every time. I know it sounds annoying, but man, it makes me laugh, and I'm like, okay, this is like the Naomi that she wants to be, and you can tell she's having fun with it too. So,
Oh, definitely. I barely
so
typed that out without laughing. Yeah, I bet. I bet.
but I do have Naomi retaining as well. I think it makes sense for her to retain. Doesn't make sense for Io to win. If there was a anyone else to win in this match, it would be Rhea.
It'll be Rhea. Yeah.
But I don't think Rhea's going to win as well. What if I don't know who it would be, but what if someone helps Naomi win and like pairs up that and pairs and to win? But
Naomi
yeah,
to win via fuck's sake.
I could see where there's a world where someone helps Naomi win and they get paired up together. So
Who
Naomi could
knows?
have I don't know. I don't see that's the problem. It just hit me. I could see that happening because man, you never know. But I don't know. I don't know. But I
Bianca
think
heel turn.
I don't know.
Like,
But
I'm just thinking maybe Bianca, because Bianca could turn heel. Like after turning heel on Jade, she might then unite with Naomi. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that would be a crazy duo. Definitely being a heel duo then.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
But yeah, I got Naomi as well. Night two main event: John Cena defending the undisputed championship against Cody Rhodes in a street fight. Is anybody ready to hear Fiend?
No, not even
Oh,
Hunter is ready for that. I don't know if they do that since Kiana James just got paired with Julia. It'd be odd to form another duo so quick. Yeah, true, true. But I don't think Naomi needs anyone. I think Naomi will be fine just on
yeah,
her
yeah,
own
yeah.
with the belt.
I see. I don't think Naomi would need anyone, but still, I, if it would be anyone, it'd probably be Bianca, maybe. But then that wouldn't make sense because Bianca's on SmackDown, and now, you know what? Throw out what I just said. Okay, nah, just throw it out. Um, so street fight, stuff is going to happen.
Travis Scott attempts to interfere, but Triple H hits it with a sledgehammer and gorilla.
Bro, where do you come up with these ridiculous ideas?
I love it. I love it. Honestly, I absolutely love it. Like this is one of the reasons why I love doing these podcasts. This is stuff like this. Yusuf always provides like the humor. I love it. Like he's kind of like our third host just in the chat and not actually here talking.
Yeah,
But he's kind of
basically.
like our third host who just provides the humor. It's brilliant.
Uh, but I mean, with a street fight like this, people are going to get involved. What's going to happen? Are we really going to see Dwayne? I don't see him coming out.
No, I don't think The Rock is. If he does come back, then I guess it would somewhat make up for WrestleMania because then it eventually there's a
No,
payoff,
no,
but
no, 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 no,
not
no, no.
not fully,
It would not
somewhat.
make up for anything. This man is how many months behind? 4 or 5 months?
Yeah,
No, 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 no. You can miss me with that.
no,
No.
but
Oh,
at least then there will be somewhat of a payoff, even if it is late.
oh yeah, oh
But
yeah. Hey, long term storytelling right there at its finest.
but yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna show up. If he does, then at least there's somewhat of a payoff. But no, I don't think it's happening.
But but
I
but
don't think he's showing up.
but are we really going to get a street fight where there's no interference and it's just Cody and John? I don't
I
see that.
don't think so.
I don't see that happening. So I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe The
So,
Rock does show up. I don't
so,
know.
so who the hell is showing up? Travis Scott has a fallout, so we're going to see Travis. I don't think we're seeing Travis. The Rock is the only person in this scenario that makes sense.
But
But I,
here's the thing, though. Like, if The Rock does show up, who comes out to like attack The Rock? Stone Cold? We do that again?
well, I mean, Jelly Roll he'll turn what? Where does Jelly Roll even come into this, Yusuf?
Because like if we're doing the whole the Rock thing and then we're having Stone Cold come out to attack The Rock, we're essentially doing here what should have happened at Mania. That's essentially like.
You know what? I it would not save what happened at WrestleMania,
Oh,
but
no, 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 no.
but I'll tell you right now, I'd be down for it, even though it's 4 months too late.
I think it could happen. Like they could do that as a way to like try and apologize for not doing it at Mania. They'd just be like, "Oh, you guys wanted it to happen so badly at WrestleMania. We'll do it at SummerSlam instead." So it could happen, or it could be instead of Stone Cold who comes out and attacks The Rock. It could be Roman. I it could be Roman. Like as a way to set up The Rock and Roman for the future. I Who knows?
That's a good shout. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good shout. because I do think with them going back to Vegas, it feels like this. If it ain't this year with The Rock and Roman, that match is never going to happen.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why they changed their mind on the destination of WrestleMania and they brought it back to Vegas. I think there's a reason why they did that, and I think it's because they know that it has to be this upcoming year, this upcoming WrestleMania, to have Rock and Roman finally face off. And if they don't do it now, then it's just not going to happen. So I think next WrestleMania will be the Mania that The Rock and Roman will finally face off, which is that maybe this is going to be the first seed planted for this. If The Rock comes out, you'll hear my damn music. Fuck Dwayne Johnson.
God, hey, Yusuf coming to real life. He's not on the video game anymore. By the way, since I got you here, and I know this
Yeah.
is
Don't worry. Yeah, I'll get my characters fully done.
well,
The
look,
actual
look,
characters
look,
themselves are done. It's the move sets. It's the move
bro,
set. I it's so
bro,
long.
bro, take. I just need it done soon so I can do some WWE 2K25 content.
Yeah.
Because I right now I'm dealing with trying to balance my time of okay, I can do this. So like right now, I don't even have time for universe mode, but I'm trying to do like a King of the Ring type tournament again. So and do that for content. So I'm gonna try to do that soon.
Fair enough. But yeah, no. Yeah, but as soon as I have to, because I've been so busy the past like month
Bro.
with work and going abroad and London and just all sorts of shit that's going on. So, but my time is freeing up like pretty soon. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll try and find the time to get those movesets done. Because yeah, the entrances are done. Which, by the way, the entrance on one of my characters.
On one of them, on one of them, you don't even know which one. That is wild to me, but I understand because
Uh, it's the one that I can't reveal because he's the
ah
new one. He's the new one.
ah ah
Um,
okay.
yeah. So the entrance on him, I'm very, very proud of. So yeah, I can't wait for you to see that. But yeah, the actual characters are done, the entrances are done. It's just the move set. Once I get those done, it will be good to go.
I got
Um, but yeah,
But
back to SummerSlam.
back to the main event. Oh,
Yeah, I think either there's going to be no interference or there's going to be The Rock. It's going to be one of those two things. Um, I think The Rock will. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I can't trust Dwayne. I can't trust Dwayne.
well,
Um,
this is one thing I'll say. There hasn't been a lot of chatter about The Rock appearing or anything.
mm.
Normally, when that happens, normally they
He
appear.
does show up then. Yeah, no, that does normally happen. If no one interferes, then double heel turn is on the table. But I just don't see a heel Cody for a long, long time. I wouldn't say a long, long time, but I definitely think it's going to be a little bit longer for Cody to turn heel. I just don't think it would make sense for Cody and John Cena to do a double turn here. I just because think about it this way: if we're doing no holds barred, so like or a street fight. If we're doing a street fight, so there are no rules. How can Cody turn heel? He can't cheat. Anything's legal. The only way he could turn heel, theoretically, is if he won and then just started flipping off the crowd or something. Or I don't know, or he has someone help him without someone helping Cena, or like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I said something similar in the group chat. I agree. Yeah, like if it's gonna be a street fight, there's no way for Cody to cheat. So there's no way for Cody to turn heel. So if this was a normal match, then turn is definitely on the cards
Look,
because then Cody could cheat to win, and then they could play that off.
this is the only way Cody is going to turn heel. The Rock has to appear. Has
And Cody finally sells his soul, right?
That's the only way I see a double turn out of this. But
Yeah,
but that's not my prediction.
no,
I don't think Cody will turn.
no, I
Um
don't think so either.
I'm not even going to predict if anyone's going to show up because I have no idea. I ain't going to lie to you. This is one of those moments I have no idea if anyone will show up or we're just going to get a match between the two and that's all we're going to get. But I do think at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes will be the champion again. So,
I think so as well. I think Cody will win the belt back. I predicted this right from when Cena won the belt at WrestleMania. I knew that it was going to lead to this. I knew it was going to lead to Cody Rhodes having his rematch at SummerSlam and he's going to win the belt back. Knew it was going to go down this route. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to change from it here. Cody will definitely win the belt back. It's just how he does it. I don't think he's going to turn heel, but if The Rock does show up, either The Rock comes out and someone else comes out to attack The Rock, whether it's Stone Cold or whether it's Roman Reigns, and then Cody takes advantage and wins, or The Rock comes out and this is the only way, like you said, Cody could turn heel. Cody finally sells his soul to The Rock and turns heel that way, and he's now The Rock's new, well, new guy essentially, and then Cena turns babyface again. But yeah, I think this is why The Rock has to turn up. I just feel like it would make the main event so much more unpredictable because without The Rock, this match is kind of predictable because we just know Cody's winning. Unless they pull a really big twist and Cena retains, but I just don't see that happening. Um, if The Rock turns up, then it's unpredictable because we just don't know how Cody's going to win if
because
The Rock turns up.
it doesn't even feel like The Rock is going to appear, and that's why I feel like he might just very much do so. I don't know. Um, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but we
Yeah, because
both.
I do find that with The Rock, like if it's like talked about that he's going to show up, he doesn't show up. But if it isn't talked about that he's going to show up, he just surprises people and is like, "Yep, I'm here now." So we'll see. I will say, if Dwayne's music hits, my heart rate may go to 4 digits. Yeah, I think all of us will be like that if we hear the rock music hit. So yeah, I'm hoping it happens because I just feel like it will make the main event so much more interesting if that does happen. But I'm not going to go into it expecting it to happen like I did
Yeah,
at WrestleMania. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up being disappointed again. So
I'm not going to expect it, but I think of how disappointing he wasn't at WrestleMania 41. I think we rightly deserve him to be at SummerSlam and finish
definitely.
that.
I'm going in expecting Travis Scott, so anything could be an improvement. That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy.
You know
Just go
what?
in expecting Travis
You know
Scott to
what?
show up.
You know what? Fuck it. Everyone go into this match expecting to hear Fiend. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone just go into this match just fully expecting Travis Scott to show up. Just expect this match to be a carbon copy of what happened at WrestleMania. That way, no matter what happens, you won't be disappointed, and you'll just be like, at least it wasn't a carbon copy of WrestleMania. At least there's that. So
Hey,
yeah.
tell me, what if this is wild? Say if we do get Travis Scott, and we think that's only it. Then The Rock actually shows up, how it should have been at WrestleMania, and say
Oh,
Stone
imagine.
Cold or Roman, vice versa, it takes out him. I don't know. It'd be crazy overall, but yeah, we both got Cody retain or not retain and become a new champion. He should have never. I don't know. I'm not going to say it.
Travis Scott in his brand new finisher, ripping off Kevin Steen with the Phenolizer. Oh God, no, no, no,
but
no.
I can't wait for these not 2 nights. I think overall the second night just overall better probably wrestling
Yeah,
matches. But
I think
I think both nights will be good overall.
I think both nights are really good. I think this may be. I don't know if this is a unpopular opinion, but I think SummerSlam could be a lot better than WrestleMania. Like genuinely, I think SummerSlam, when all is said and done, I think we will be talking about SummerSlam as a much better overall show across 2 shows, pay per view, or PLE, whatever, then WrestleMania. I do genuinely believe that.
I'm not going to disagree with you for sure on that, but we'll see. Um, Other than that, you can talk. You can start talking about Liverpool and everything, and then we will get out of here for the podcast for episode 87. Yeah, 87.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to um mention the kits have been dropped. I've got my kit ordered, so that's going to arrive within a week. We are right now trying to sign Alexander Isak from Newcastle. We put a bid in today that got rejected by Newcastle for around 110, 120 million pounds. That got rejected by Newcastle because they're looking for around 150 million pounds because they obviously Alexander Isak is their main striker, their main guy, and Isak is probably the best striker in the Premier League. Some would say Haaland, some would say Isak. I would personally say Isak, and this is not just because we're trying to sign him. I just personally think he's a better footballer than Haaland. Haaland's maybe a better goal scorer, overall goal scorer, but I think Isak is a better overall footballer than Haaland because I think Haaland has to rely on service, whereas Isak can make chances himself. Some would say Hoyland. Yeah, no one says Hoyland. Yeah, no one says Hoyland. Yeah, I know you're joking, Yusuf. Yeah, no one says Hoyland. But yeah, yeah, we're trying to sign Isak from Newcastle. Newcastle's stance right now is that he's not for sale, but he is for the right price. It's just that the reason why they're saying he's not for sale is because Newcastle don't have a replacement lined up for him yet. They're currently trying to sign Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig. So, is it Leipzig? Yeah, it's Leipzig, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's Leipzig. Sesko's at. So if they sign Leipzig from, and not if they sign Sesko from Leipzig, I think we will get Isak pretty soon. It's just that Sesko is also interested in signing for Manchester United, and I think he actually favors Manchester United. So yeah, that may throw a spanner in the works. But Newcastle will have other targets as well that they'll possibly go for, like Ollie Watkins, Wissa from Brentford, strikers like that. Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea, if they really wanted a shit version. But yeah, I think once Newcastle have a replacement lined up and actually signed, they will allow us to get Isak for the right price, maybe for less than 150. Who knows? But yeah, all I know is that we are definitely interested in Isak, and Isak does want to come to us. Isak has been trying to do everything he can to force the move, telling Newcastle that he wants to leave, that he wants to join us. He only wants to join us because there had been previous reports of interest from Al Hilal and Saudi clubs and um, other clubs in Europe, but he only wants to come to us because only we can really match the ambition that he's looking for, and he definitely wants to stay in the Premier League. So yeah, um, So right now, Isak is trying to force the move. He's put in not a transfer request, but he has pretty much told Newcastle he wants to leave, and he hasn't joined Newcastle for their preseason. And he's currently doing private like training in Real Sociedad in Spain, like on his own, away from Newcastle. So he's pretty much away from Newcastle right now, just to basically be like, yeah, I'm not going to rejoin you guys until you allow me to move to Liverpool. So Isak is doing everything he can to force the move, which is good. This is what we needed, because if Isak wasn't forcing the move, then I don't think we'd be in a strong enough position to get Isak. I think Newcastle would then just be like, Isak has got 3 years left on his deal. We're not letting him go for any price. But since Isak wants to leave, I think that changes everything. And I feel like Newcastle's now in a position where they don't want an unhappy player on their hands, even if they do keep him. So I now think they're in a position where they have to sell Isak. They just need a replacement first in order to then sell him to us. But I think there's a very good chance we sign Isak. I'm about 75% sure that we sign Isak. Yeah, we just gotta be patient because I don't think this is going to be a quick thing. This isn't going to be a thing that's going to develop in a couple days. This is going to take at least a week, maybe two. Who knows? It may even go right up to the end of the transfer window, which I hope doesn't happen because I want us to get Isak in before the season starts. But that's a couple weeks away, so I don't think that will happen. But we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much the big news. We signed Ekatike, and he looked good in the first preseason game. Florian Wirtz scored his first goal in a preseason game, so he's looking like he's going to be quality. Kirkes looks good for Poland. Looks good. They just need to gel a bit in first. But yeah, I'm very excited for the season. So I feel like, especially if we now bring in Isak, we're gonna be quite a formidable force. But yeah, that's pretty much the quick rundown of things currently right now.
Hey, overall, and I apologize if you hear one of my dogs whining because I had to move downstairs and everything. But that's what what price do you think Isak would be overall? Because I've seen you retweet stuff and I've seen prices thrown here and there. What do you think you would go for if we if Liverpool does get him?
The most Isak will cost is 150 million. That is the most he'll cost. The least that he'll cost, my guess is around 120. So it, it'll be around either 120, 130, 140, or 150. It'll be one of those price points. What it will be guaranteed, I'm not sure. It will depend on what Liverpool can negotiate and what Newcastle's willing to bring down the price to once they get a replacement in. But the most he'll cost is 150 million. The least he'll cost is 120, in my honest opinion. Bianca Belair wins the Money in the Bank 2026. I don't think so. I don't see that happening.
I don't know. Hey, I'll be at that show, which would be in New Orleans. I think I'm gonna go to Money in the Bank in New Orleans. It's a seven
Nice,
hour.
man.
It's a 7 hour drive, so it's not too bad.
Fair, fair. But yeah, no, that's the quick rundown on Isak. I'll obviously be making videos on my own channel. Once we know more on Isak, like actual concrete more, because I know we've put in a contract offer and that got rejected, but I would say once we know that the deal is close to done, that's when I'll probably make a video on it and talking about what a signing that Isak is on my channel and a game changer that would be. Like one of our most important signings in years. So yeah, no, I'm very excited. Even if we don't sign Isak, I think we have a good enough team to retain the league. Um, but if we get Isak in, like him, Salah, Wirtz together, Ekatike, Gakpo, it would be dangerous for the league. So yeah, very excited for the upcoming season.
Yeah. And one thing we do know, Man U still sucks. Blake Monroe said it today. Um. So that has been episode 87 of the podcast. If you're watching Demand or now and you haven't hit that like button, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but please do so. And Yusuf, I had to throw in that jab. I always do, most of the time, so I had to throw in that jab. But hope everyone has a great day, and SummerSlam this weekend should be very good. I agree with Felix. I agree with Felix with just how I think SummerSlam could be better than WrestleMania. And that's so hard for me to say that because I don't like saying it overall. But I do agree with Yusuf with I think Elimination Chamber is still the best PLE overall of the year, just overall. So,
Yeah.
but we will see. Hope you guys have a great one, and until next time, we'll see you.
See you guys.